Okay, now that's working. Okay. Let me go through desktop audio and hit properties. And now hit OK. I don't know what that's gonna do. Check, check, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2. Ryan, go ahead and talk right after me here.
Yep.
That was your cue.
Oh, check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2.
Let me drop that down a little bit because it seems like that's going to be a lot. Now I got to check this back again. Check. Okay, I think it's actually good now.
Alrighty then.
That was a process.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's open up Stream Deck, make sure I got all this working. A-okay, cool. Alright, let's... Oh, I almost forgot something. Exit this, open Chrome back up because I forgot to do... Oh, excuse me.
There's a beer belch.
Oh, yeah. Reopen all these tabs that I pre-set up for today.
Yeah, I got that. I went to bed last night at about 11:15. I woke up this morning and I saw the stuff that you sent. I'm like, I seen the show sheet and all that, and then I woke up and I saw this stuff.
We overachieved.
Oh yeah,
we shot for the overachievements. On Twitter.
You guys slowing down at work?
A little bit.
That's good.
A little bit. And
oh yeah, the speech crate's supposed to be here on Tuesday.
Nice.
Yep, and then I'm waiting for the confirmation for the Byron Wynn shirt.
Retweet that. Cool. Wow, Celtics up 5 now.
Mm-hmm. The Kentucky Derby.
The Kentucky Derby.
That's Saturday. You believe that?
Isn't college football starting Saturday?
As far as I know.
Or is that next Saturday?
I think it must be. I think it might be next Saturday. Hold on, let's find out here. Well, there's a game. Central Arkansas and UAB is on today.
What's on Saturday, though? I think Georgia's on Saturday.
Well, I know Trump had a conversation with the Big Ten commissioner about starting the season as soon as possible. Georgia.
Boom. 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 Send.
They're saying Georgia doesn't play till September 26th.
Oh well. Hell, maybe I'm off.
Yeah. Well, that's according to the ESPN where it's at. So I think they're just. I don't know. I think there's going to be college football. I think obviously there's going to be NFL football.
I'm opening up this webpage here, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out together. Where is my chat?
Well, the Big Ten was supposed to start this weekend from the original schedule that they put out, and obviously that ain't happening.
No, I would agree to the assessment. Need that. Need that. Need that.
Well, yeah. Nikes.
Okay.
No, I just am looking at the starting lineup for the Southern 500.
Yeah, you see who's on pole?
Yeah, and I also see who's third and fourth.
Yeah, okay, so the next Georgia game is not for another 22 days. So here I am thinking that college ball is back this Sunday, and I'm getting all hyped because I know that the NFL starts next week, and oof. All right, well, that ain't happening.
And did you see it? They made it official on the starting quarterback for the Pats.
Yep, Cam Newton.
You all right with it?
Well, I wouldn't have been all right with it if he was still at Auburn.
Yeah, no kidding.
But then again, we had Stidham too, so.
Yeah, battle Auburn quarterbacks. Here we go.
We say we go ahead and start this thing here.
Yeah, let's go.
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Gentlemen, start your engines! I guess I'm out of control.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Loose Lugs Podcast. I'm your host, AJ, and with me, as always, flashing up the Byron shirt. Fresh off of his favorite driver win. Willie and Byron was winning on Saturday. Ryan, how does it feel?
AJ, it's Thursday. I'm still on cloud nine. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it Saturday night. I woke the wife up. The wife thought I was having a heart attack. I muted the Xbox party that I was in with Tony and Josh. And I think Dave was in there as well. But yeah, I muted it for the final the green white checker, and I'm glad I did because my wife thought I was having a heart attack. She comes flying downstairs. She's like, "Oh my God, what happened? What happened?" I'm like, "He won!"
You won.
And I was like, because I'm listening to the spotter, I'm listening to Tab, I'm listening to the radio and everything like that, and it's about 20, maybe 30 seconds ahead of the TV broadcast. Tab's going nuts. I'm like, oh my God, he won. So I start cheering before he even crossed the finish line to make sure it was, it's not, it finally plays
Tab
out.
went off, man. I heard the radioactive. He was going nuts.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I've tweeted Tab a couple times this week about it. I'm like, man, I cannot get that image out of my head of him going nuts like that, which was awesome. So I know we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on in the show, but as you can see, I got a huge smile on my face. I haven't stopped smiling all week.
Hey,
Momentum now for the playoffs.
Cheers to you.
Thank you. I will take my water. I had a Twinkie, but I already ate those. So
So welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah,
we
welcome
are back for the first time since Michigan, right?
yeah, just right before Michigan. Yep.
Like I said when we recorded then, this is kind of like the new normal. It's like every other week right now, or every other week. But I mean, here we are. We're almost at Labor Day weekend. We long weekend for myself. I'm sure long weekend for Ryan as well.
Yep. 3 days off. I can't wait. Gonna be fun.
And it is Southern 500 Throwback Weekend, so I'm kicking off the show wearing the blue and yellow number 3 and the 1998 Dale Jr. Busch Series champion hat. 1998. I don't know if I said 98. I'm going to say 98 now. But yeah, here we are. This is it. Playoffs for this week too.
I can't wait. I got my old I got an old Greg Biffle car that I gave to Logan right next to me as well. So there's my throwback.
Hey, we got some Greg Biffle news today too. So
yes, we do.
There's that.
AJ, I don't know if a lot of our viewers know, but why don't you tell the viewers what you've been doing lately and who have you been accompanied by?
Oh, dude. All right, so we've been. I've got on the iRacing bug, if you want to call it a bug, and I raced the other night with Shane Meal, former NASCAR driver, and who else was I on there with? I was on there with Bernard Pollard twice, and got to chat with him a little bit, and had a blast, man. I won my first race at Daytona in the ARCA cars, which is the old Cup cars. I raced my first late model race last night and finished second, which I'm still amazed by because a week ago I couldn't get through a corner without spinning the car. Yeah, been having a lot of fun with it. I'm going to stream some of it tonight after the show, I think. So, I mean, if you're interested, shameless plug here, twitch.tv/SOBGoon, Goon. And for those wondering that's just my Xbox gamer tag that I've thrown on a Twitch username. So, yeah, be some fun. We'll do some late models and some ARCA. That's at Phoenix. Late models are at North Wilkesboro. So, it's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now, what about if you wanted to race the Indy cars? Do you have to pay for that subscription or what?
You do.
All
a
right.
lot of it you have to pay for. Like, I mean, it's tricky. They start you off with like 19 cars and tracks for
nice.
For just your membership fee, but like there's a lot of other things in there that cost money too. So it's definitely it can get really cost effective.
As long as you're having fun, I mean, there's no money to
I'm having an
enjoy.
absolute blast with it.
Yeah, I ended up picking up the new golf game as you did as well. Tony and I and the fellows, we've all been playing some golf, enjoying
I get to play some golf with you guys too. That was fun too.
Yes, it was. And then I picked up the new Madden. And I've been doing the Face of the Franchise one, which is pretty fun.
And I've heard a lot of crap about Madden this year. I refuse to buy it because until they can put in a change in there that I'm absolutely impressed with, I refuse to buy it.
Yeah, it's Madden. I get it every year, and I'm like, I guess I'll buy it. And then tonight at midnight, the re-release of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. It's tonight at midnight, so definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be some fun right there. Do some online skating with everybody. Should be a good time.
We'll be iRacing, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll be on there.
We'll be watching the iRace.
Yeah. It's been a pretty good time. Bruins got knocked out of the Cup playoffs, so.
I was getting ready to mention that. Sorry to hear about your Bruins.
Watching the Celtics, who are kicking ass this postseason. They're 6-0 right now in this postseason run, and the only game I think they've lost since the bubble was when they played all their secondary players the entire game against the Wizards.
Yep.
So there is no hotter team in the NBA right now, and they're up 38-33 on Toronto with 8 minutes left in the first half. So
yeah, it was funny too because we're talking about the NBA playoffs. Everybody, I love listening to the guys on TNT, Barkley, Kenny Smith, EJ, and Shaq. Well, Barkley said at the beginning of the Portland Lakers series that if Game 1 was a must-win for the Lakers, and they turned out they lost that, but they won 4 straight. So they were giving Charles an earful, so to speak, on Inside the NBA one night. I got a kick out of that.
Yeah, I saw something come up that was like LeBron. It's like a weird Vegas tie-in, and I don't know how much anyone really reads into this, but basically what it is, it's like LeBron hooking his buddies up. So, and this sounds like total like slander, rumor kind of thing. This is just something I heard on the radio last week, and it's if you look at the history of Game 1s when LeBron loses, there's usually a really big Vegas bet placed against the Lakers to win, or whatever team LeBron is on to win. And they were going through like the history of this, and it is really weird the ties in Game 1s with LeBron and in the Vegas bets that roll in.
Really?
So I saw that, I was like, man, he's hooking people up, I guess.
No kidding.
Not really pushing hard.
Well, I was talking to Tony. It's like, and I was talking to a couple guys at work, by the way, 6th week at the new job, enjoying it. Like I said, got a nice 3-day weekend, but one of the guys is like, man, did you see Portland, man? I told you they're going to win the series. And I'm like, actually, it was my boss. I'm like, you know what? I bet you right now, still 5 games. I said 5 games at the beginning of the series. I'm like, wait till LeBron goes playoff LeBron. LeBron went playoff LeBron, and there you go.
I for sure didn't expect the Celtics to come off on the run that they have. Hey, what did I tell you guys? It was all Kyrie Irving. That's the reason why they sucked.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was not... he was an ass, okay? He was an ass. I'm just going to straight up and tell you that.
Kyrie?
Yeah. Yeah, no way.
Oh, Kyrie's... Yeah.
But...
Yes, Kyrie hit the shot to win, to give Cleveland that championship, but you got to remember, LeBron also did the black on Iguodala.
Yeah, well, great for them. So, had some fantasy drafts this week.
Yeah, I had mine last night.
I got my main league tomorrow night.
Oh, nice.
Don't even know the pick order. It's weird because normally we do a draft party every year, and it's like our league's split on guys who don't want to do a party this year and guys who do. So I was like, you know what? We'll just do it online. If anyone wants to come out to the restaurant that we would normally have the party at and just have a bite while we draft, drink some beers, fine. If that's the way you want to do it, I'm all for it. But we will wait till next year to have an actual draft party again.
That's a smart idea. I like that idea.
Yeah, we did a split draft party / online last Sunday, and it was like I noticed that it was really hard to like put the stickers on the board and also draft at the same time. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to go through all that. It seems like a lot of stress that everyone can just get done on a phone or on their computers, and we can just be done with it and get into the season, which starts next week.
Yeah, next Thursday night, Texans Chiefs.
It feels weird to be excited about sports again. Somewhat feels normal.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't heard if there's going to be people at Arrowhead for that game. I'm not sure.
I believe there is. I'm going to look it up now. But I'm pretty sure that they said a couple weeks ago.
I know the first 2 home games for the Lions, there's going to be no fans in attendance, but for $150, you can get your cardboard cutout at Ford Field.
For how much?
$150.
Oh, yeah, like the same price as a ticket would be?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's my
thank you. Yeah, no, that's what I said. That's why I got Scott Hansen in red zone.
It's the Lions. They should give it away. Honestly, like these stadiums who do this, like I get they're trying to get revenue back, but like with the cardboard cutouts, you should offer it to like the first 50,000 people that sign up for it, for Christ's sake.
And you know what the thing is too, though? It's say you do this cardboard cutout, you do $150. Guess what? When the fans are allowed back into the stadiums, if you want to go to the game, you get a discounted ticket for putting your goofy face on a cardboard cutout to go.
You know what would be funny?
Football.
It would be funny when they do these reduced fans things. If they like let fans in and then also have the cardboard cutouts in there, and it'd be like a Let's Find Waldo kind of gag.
Oh yeah.
Spot the cardboard cutouts and spot the real fans. Let's see. But no, like it's. I think I was reading that Arrowhead is allowing fans for that opening night. Yeah,
as well as they should. The championship, they waited eons to win a Super Bowl.
the whole reason for that Thursday night game is to do the banner raising in front of the fans, and they're doing it at reduced capacity, which is smart. But you can't really do it any other way. Like,
No.
there's no sense of doing it unless there's going to be some sort of fan capacity there. So.
And I know the NHL bubble still has no test confirmed cases lately, and I think same with the NBA bubble. So the bubble ID is working.
I will be interested next week when they move to Edmonton if anything comes out.
Oh yeah, yeah, because
I would assume next week because almost all these series are almost over.
Yeah, I mean Colorado's coming back, and
hey, let's go Avs!
Yep.
Got to fall back on somebody.
I said that series. There was no goaltending in that series, and true to form, there's been no goaltending in that series.
Ben Bishop being the playoff pill that he is.
Yep.
Ryan, what do you say we go over some of the race weekend here since we're just sitting here bantering back and forth for the last 20 minutes.
And then don't forget one more thing before we go. They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
Ah, yes, the Kentucky Derby this weekend.
We're going to talk about ponies.
I'm going with whatever one starts like playing the back. I'm going to go with that horse.
I'm going to go with the horse that gets post number 6.
Is that like a good running area?
That's just just throwing it out.
All right, so we're just going to go with that side of things then.
Random number 6. Let's go.
I'll go at 9.
There you go. All right.
All right, let's get into some gas and go, Ryan.
All right, let's go.
Gas and Go is where we go over the past race weekend, and this weekend we had some racing from Daytona and Gateway. The truck series was at Gateway Raceway, which or Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. It's a really long name.
It's a tongue twister.
It's like looking at the Los Angeles Angels Anaheim name. And to be completely honest with you, they shared this weekend with IndyCar, and I forgot this race was on, so I completely missed it. Didn't know who won until I filled out the show sheet.
Yep.
But with that being said, Sheldon Creed, your winner. Ryan, you got anything on this?
Not really. I mean, I see. To me, I mean, yeah, Gateway's a decent little track and all that. Good for the trucks to go there. Some decent racing. Obviously, obviously with the what's going on in the world right now, they had, instead of doing the normal pit stop, they did a 3-minute clock. Because all the truck teams, a lot of guys that do pick the Xfinity and Cup cars couldn't travel to Gateway.
Wait. So there was guys pitting multiple cars.
No.
Okay.
What I'm saying is there was a 3-minute clock. Guys that do both Cup and trucks, but since the trucks were in a different state, everything like that, they had it's for funding, is what they were saying on TV. Basically, the guy that took the tire off, basically it was an IndyCar stop, but only for trucks.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha.
He took the tire off, put it on. They did the adjustments, and they couldn't do that during green flag unless there was like a flat tire or any damage during a caution is when they could change it. They're saying it's cost funding. I guess I was okay with it. I mean, the racing was still pretty decent from what I saw of it. I didn't see much of it.
Gateway's usually a pretty good track, entertaining and all that. But Sheldon Creed, your winner. Second win on the year, too.
I tell you, the guy I've been really impressed with, and I know we haven't talked about it, is Zane Smith.
Zane Money Smith, man. Last time we did our picks, who picked him?
Yeah.
Who won with him?
And where did you win it?
MIS.
That's right. and by the way, I know we're getting a little off topic here. The trucks at MIS is must-see TV. They put on one hell of a show. I'm going to the truck race next year, I do believe, out there. So
hey, attaboy. Top 5 in that one: Sheldon Creed, Brett Moffitt, Austin Hill, Sam Mayer.
Mayor.
Stuart Friesen.
Stewart.
Your stage winners was first stage Todd Gillen, second stage Todd Gillen, and race winner was Sheldon Creed. And your playoff standings following worldwide. Yeah, you already know the name of it.
Gateway.
Sheldon Creed, Zane Smith. That's Sheldon Creed's third win, actually. I don't know where I got the second from. That's his third win. Zane Smith, Austin Hill, Grant Enfinger, Brett Moffitt, Matt Crafton, Ben Rhodes, Christian Eckes, Todd Gillen, and Tyler Ankrum. Next race is from Darlington this Sunday, September 6th, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Going to be a fantastic show, by the way. The trucks at Darlington.
Yes, I agree with you.
I can't wait. By the way, real quickly, you know who name you didn't mention in the playoffs there? Johnny Sauter.
Yeah, did not mention Johnny Sauter's name.
I think he might be on the cusp of not making it.
Johnny Sauter right now is 15th, 99 points behind the cutoff line.
Ouch. Yeah, he needs a win.
Yeah, he needs a win.
Because how many races do they have left before the cutoff?
Their cutoff, I just had it up.
Wasn't it
The
Richmond?
cutoff is Richmond, yeah. Yep, 2 weeks.
And then their first, wow. How cool is that? The truck's first playoff race is Bristol.
Yeah, it's going to be entertaining.
Yes, it is. Must-see TV.
Yep, I agree. Moving on to the Xfinity series, we had ourselves quite a controversial finish.
I would say so.
Justin Haley gets another super speedway win for Kaulig Racing, who have absolutely dominated almost every super speedway race for the last 2 years. They dominated this race again, flag to flag, and it all was set up by Ross Chastain and AJ Allmendinger getting together on the final lap, taking both trucks out, and Justin Haley coming away with the checkers in the win.
I like AJ's interview after the race. He's like, "Hey, Ross,
Teammate move. Teammate move.
Yep. Ross is going for a championship. He's like, I'm going out here for wins. I don't blame him for doing what he was doing. I mean, Ross even said it in his interview. He's like, man, I'm going for a championship. It sucks. Yeah, I did wreck me and my teammate. It sucks. And, because look, remember what happened after Talladega after those three guys won? They were all
embracing the front stretch and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's racing. It happens.
Yeah, for sure. It happens. It's something that's... But I tell you what, Allmendinger's been something to look at here this season with all the races he's won. He's pretty much been in contention for every race he's been in this year.
Yep.
And he doesn't race all of them naturally, so...
Maybe Kaulig offers him a contract next year. Hey, you want to run all of the Xfinity races? Go ahead.
I would assume Ross Chastain finds himself in a full-time Cup ride next year to make that possible.
Yeah, I think so too. Why not? I know AJ works. He does the
Watermelon?
No, the sports tech or the sports cars for NBC in the announcing. So I don't know about that. If maybe if the opportunity arises, NBC would let him run the Xfinity car.
Oh yeah. Gotcha. All in all, I thought it was a pretty good race.
Entertaining, yes.
How about the guy who finished second, Ryan?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ray Goulding finishing second.
Good run for him. I know he doesn't run much anymore. Good to see that. And see, that's the beauty part about these tracks like Daytona and Talladega. First time winners.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, the surprises, like the underfunded teams, like this is like that David versus Goliath, where David has a shot to beat Goliath. You go to a mile and a half, unless it's a pit strategy. David has a shot.
Yeah, and that's it's that kind of unpredictability about super speedway racing is you never know who's gonna come out through all the wrecks, who's gonna be that surprise guy. It's always fun, and this is why, like, especially for the Cup Series, it being the last race before the playoffs,
Oh man.
it brings a lot of interest to it.
And I hopefully they can do that next year with the Xfinity cars. Have Daytona that this race be the cutoff before they start their championship.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're gonna end up seeing that happen. It's just too entertaining, man.
Yeah,
It's just way too
even if you have to do maybe Xfinity and truck at a different track. I mean, maybe you could do something like that to make Xfinity the last race before the chase. But I was entertained, very entertaining weekend.
I was too. For sure. Anything else you want to hit on in the Xfinity race?
Not really.
Junior Motorsports had a rough day, that's for sure.
Yeah, they did. Noah 31st. Allgaier 29th.
I think the highest finisher was Annette.
Yep. Yeah, not a good day for Junior Motorsports.
No, not at all. Stage winners of this one: first stage, Justin Haley; second stage, AJ Allmendinger; and your race winner was Justin Haley. There you have it. Kaulig Racing just absolutely dominated this race. Your top five: Justin Haley, Greg Goulding, Chase Briscoe, Riley Herbst, and Harrison Burton. And your standings following Daytona and the cutoff race being Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoe, Noah Gregson, Justin Haley, Justin Allgaier, Harrison Burton, Brandon Jones, Ross Chastain, Michael Annett, Ryan Sieg, Riley Herbst, and Brandon Brown. Your first three outside that top 12, Jeremy Clements, Myatt Snyder, and Josh Williams at 32, 58, and 86 points respectively behind the cutoff line.
Right.
Next race is this Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
Yeah, that's weird. Why the Xfinity race is on NBC?
Yeah.
And then the Cup race is on NBCSN.
Just gotta love scheduling, man.
Yep. Really quickly, I want to talk to you about Kaulig Racing.
Yes.
Do you think Kaulig Racing finds the funds to fund a Cup team?
No. If anything, they'll have an affiliation, I think, with Spire. That's probably about it.
I don't. Yeah, I could see that because you got to think the couple teams that are backing out right now. I could see it. Hey, let's get in the Cup.
A couple teams are backing out, and then you have all that news regarding Petty Motorsports. So it's there's a lot of things going on right now that I can't even make heads or tails of. Ryan,
it's going to be a silly season.
Very, very. Ryan, we kind of rushed through the truck and Xfinity series so we can get to your favorite part of this show today.
How about that?
Ryan, I normally take the lead on these kind of things.
Yep.
But Ryan, on the Cup Series from Daytona, what happened?
William Byron, as Matty D called him, Willie B, gets the first win, first ever Cup Series win at Daytona, locks himself into the playoffs. Number 9 C2, by the way. So he's got a little wiggle room for these first three races to advance to the second round of the chase. I'm still on cloud 9. An entertaining race, all up and down, from green flag to checker flag to the red flags. You got your three, Byron, DiBenedetto, Jimmy, all three right by each other. Unfortunately, one of the accidents, Jimmy got taken out. Unfortunately, he missed the playoffs. But an incredible night of racing at Daytona. AJ, what would you say about that?
I had an incredibly fun time watching this race. Like you said, from start to finish, it seemed like wherever they were, it was Johnson, Byron, and DiBenedetto right up there next to each other racing. You had everything in this race that you wanted in a final race before the playoffs. It was very dramatic. Didn't know who was going to win because there was no... I mean, it's Daytona, man. There's no dominant car of the day. You can have dominant teams, but you can't really have dominant cars anymore like it used to be. It was a great race. Very entertaining. I like that Chase Elliott pushed William Byron to the win.
I did too.
There on that final lap, it was JGR versus Hendrick Motorsports, and I think you saw when it comes to super speedways who the better team is at super speedways.
Oh, definitely.
And I said this to somebody last week, or a little bit earlier this week, actually, where Chase pushed Byron to the win. And I'm trying to remember who I said this to, and I can't remember now. Where he pushed Byron to the win, it kind of gave me like a reminder or a memory of when Jimmy pushed Chase on the final lap or on the cooldown lap at Watkins Glen to bring him back to the front straightaway. Because as of next year, or starting next year, I think Hendrick is Chase's, like, he's the face of that team.
Oh, of course.
So it was kind of like that same, like, you know, you deserve this kid moment. You know what I mean? And it was like that step or that leap to being the leader of that team. Because at any moment, Chase could have ducked out and, you know, did what he did at Talladega a year ago and fly right by Kurt Busch. Then could have done the same thing to William Byron. He had the cars lined up behind him to do it.
Yep.
He stuck behind Byron, knew what was at stake, and was really selfless with it.
Yes, it was. And real quickly, I know we're talking about the Coke Zero Sugar 400, Byron's first win. You know, I'm listening to the spotter, and you know, to the team radio, and I love doing it. Thank you, AJ, for hooking me up to that again. By the way, so it's the wreck where Tyler Reddick blocked up in front of Kyle Busch. Tyler Reddick take full responsibility of it. Kudos to on his end.
Hey,
but
he sent it, man. He sent it.
He
went all the way for it. Needs a win to get in.
Why
not? Was it a bonehead move? Hell yeah, it was. Was it awesome that he did it? Hell yeah, it was.
Yeah. And that's what made this race so exciting. And so it's under that red flag. Byron's running third. He's had a spot right there to transfer into the playoffs. Only a handful of laps left.
Protect the car.
Chad comes on the radio. It's like, bring her on in for 4 tires.
Oh, I know where you're going with this because this is where I messaged you.
I'm on a Facebook post. It's William Byron Nation. Very good, awesome people on there, by the way. Shout out. I'm like, why come in for 4 tires? I'm mad. I'm angry. You're in the spot right now. You can advance with where you're running into the playoffs.
Who knew it was a good idea, Ryan? Out of the two of us, who knew it was a good idea?
I sure as hell didn't.
I thought it was a good idea.
But, and then this,
I didn't message you that at the time. I messaged you after the fact, but I thought it was a good idea at the time because it put Byron in a spot where he wouldn't get collected by a bunch of over-aggressive drivers that were bound to take each other out. What happens? Ryan?
No, the wreck the Kyle Busch Tyler wreck. That's the one where there was a caution before that. That's when he came down for the 4 tires. My fault, guys.
I told you, look smart as hell now.
The wreck happens with Reddick and Busch and a couple other cars. Johnson got through it. Did Benedetto get through it? I'm like, where's the 24? Where's the 24? He probably got some type of. They show a replay. He got through it. There's a chance. Red flag, talking on the radio, go back out of it. Then the wreck happens with Logano. He made contact with Bubba. I know there was some, issue on the tire. Tab's like, I'm going to talk to the 11 to see if he can see if there's anything wrong with the tire. Comes out and says that, yeah, there's a tire rub. And you know how bad William Byron has been with tires all year. There was a joke about it. And Chad Knaus comes over the radio. I'm like, oh, so the guy that's had tire problems all year is now a jokester. I start laughing my rear end off. I'm like, there's chemistry building. Go take it from there, AJ.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, if I'm Denny Hamlin, I'm telling anything I can to get the guy who I'm competing with to come to pit road or have a problem. So I'm going to tell him to come to pit road, but dude, I thought everyone talks about, the Reddick move being the move of the race. I thought the move of the race comes at that final big crash where it's Joey and it's Bubba and they're door to door beating off each other, coming through Was it 1 and 2?
Yep, and Byron went right through him.
And
I'm
Byron goes through the middle of him, makes a third lane, goes right through the middle of him, takes the lead or takes second. They did replay, and he was in second at the time of the caution. And that set him up to win that race.
because I'll be honest with you, after the Saturday Dover race, I was livid. I was angry. I was
Like
at
Byron was. I mean, Byron yelling at Canals over radio.
Yep,
When's the last time we heard that? So a driver yell at Chad Canals.
Never.
Not since the Jimmy Johnson days, that's for sure.
And then listen to the radio again on the Sunday Dover race. I'm like, all right, it seems like they worked everything out, and he had a nice finish at the Dover race. At the second Dover race, I think he had a top 10. If I'm not, I know it was definitely a top 10. And then what happened Saturday night? I'm like, they're clicking. It's taken a little longer than expected for these two to click, but they're finally clicking.
Yeah.
And
It's a dangerous combo, man. When Chad Canals gets with a driver and they start doing good, it's a dangerous combo.
And by the way, one more last thing. After he takes the checkered flag, the interview, everything like that, you hear the crowd a lot. Yeah, I've seen a lot of 24 shirts in the crowd there. Awesome to see.
Second time ever that 24s won a race, by the way.
Yep.
Put that in there.
Yep. And so here's the thing. They're interviewing Jimmy Johnson, and the first thing out of his mouth was like, I want to congratulate my teammate. I want to congratulate my other teammate for winning the race. And that was cool right there. I know I've retweeted and I've posted it on Facebook. I mean, Jimmy, 7-time champ, but guess what? He knew something. So
yeah,
but that was a good teammate move right there.
I feel bad for Jimmy because I feel like if it's not for the race he misses due to the coronavirus, he's in the playoffs. It's straight up, he's in the playoffs. But then we have these people on Twitter, and I retweeted something. They were asking that Jimmy be added to the playoffs like Jeff Gordon was back whenever it was when, what was it, Boyer and somebody got into that incident.
Oh yeah, like when he his
and
wrist
hurt. Going, yeah, he missed the race due to the virus, but he's had multiple races to come back and do something about it. I was listening to Door Bumper Clear earlier, and they mentioned a good point that I didn't think about. He had the disqualification of his second place finish. Does no one remember that?
What was that? Coca-Cola 600. Yep.
Yeah. If he has that, then he's in with that.
How about too wrecking when you're coming to the playoff point at Darlington, the first race back?
Yeah.
From the pandemic. Yeah, that would have been state points right there.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's like. Tony said he asked you a question in the chat as I'm looking at this, and
did he? All right,
I don't see it.
I was just looking at the statistics. Ryan True for the pod here. Where would you rank this win in your all-time NASCAR moments personally?
Why don't I see that?
Obviously, Tony, to answer your question, obviously seeing Junior win twice in person. Mark Martin win on Father's Day, my father's last race. All of us were big Mark Martin fans. 4 or 5, top 5. All of us. I mean, Junior winning the 500s. I mean, all that. So yeah, top 5 or 6.
Yeah. See, now I see all the chat. Now I don't know why that wasn't happening. Tony, who won the race? Man, 21 saw. I didn't see none of this. I absolutely didn't see
Byron
none
won
of this.
last week. Tony's. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, Tony, like I said, obviously the Junior wins in person. Mark Martin winning with Dad there, and Junior obviously 500 wins and all that. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sorry to everyone who I haven't seen in the chat. I put in hello in the chat and I haven't seen nothing. So,
I put hello. I didn't see your hello in the chat.
Yeah, no. Okay, so hey Tony, hey Patrick, how y'all doing? Now that I see us now. I was wondering why it was so quiet in the chat. The chat I had up had nothing going on it. But yeah, like it sucks for Jimmy Johnson to not be in his final year. But I mean, you got to perform, and he hasn't performed.
Granted. I mean, obviously with the whole him missing the Brickyard because of the COVID. I mean, I think if he races in that race, he's in the playoffs. I mean, there's no denying it. But unfortunately, it happens. He misses out.
Yeah. I'm gonna come off on Tony's question here on all-time NASCAR moments.
Okay.
My number one is still being at the Daytona 500 in 2004 when Junior won.
Yep.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
still number one. There is no win that I could watch on TV that'll ever top that. Maybe unless Chase wins the championship.
Oh, touche.
That is a loaded question that now I can go off. Daytona as the last race of the playoffs, so Ryan, A+.
I was entertained.
Can't
I have
wait
another
till next
moment.
year. What's that?
I have an Ernie Irvin, 94 when he got, was it either 94 95 when he crashed at Michigan, almost lost his life. When he got back in the car driving for Robert Yates, and when I seen him win in person, that was another cool moment. That's definitely a top 10 moment right there. You know what's not in my top 10? We'll save that for another day.
Okay. Stage winners, first stage and second stage for Joey Logano. Race winner was Ryan.
William Byron.
Your top five, Ryan, finishing first.
William Byron, Willie B.
Second place was Chase Elliott. Third, Denny Hamlin. Fourth, Martin Truex Jr. And Bubba Wallace, his first top five on the year, coming in fifth place. Your standings following Daytona. This is your playoff field. This is where, was it? Names are made here, Xfinity Series.
Yes, the Xfinity. Names are made here, the Xfinity Series.
Your playoff standings. Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman. Ninth is Ryan.
William Byron.
10th, Austin Dillon, then Cole Custer, Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch at 14th, man. That's treading on some dangerous territory. Kurt Busch and Matt DiBenedetto round out your top 16. We're going to go over who we think our first four out are going to be in the white flag segment of the show today. Next race is Throwback Weekend this Sunday, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern on NBCSN from Darlington. I've been seeing a lot of the paint schemes for the week. They all look fantastic.
I love the tributes to Jimmy Johnson. And by the way, the best one of the weekend so far is Jimmy's tribute to Dale Sr. and the King, Richard Petty.
I like that one too. I think that's, I mean,
Sure.
I love Chase's throwback to the, I think it was
Oh, yeah.
2013 Jimmy car. But just all the Jimmy ones are awesome. So, moving things on, Brian, we got some news to go over this week. So what do you say we get to it?
What are the first three races, by the way, of this cutoff? Isn't it Darlington?
It is, as I pull it up here.
Yeah, no, Darlington, I think Bristol and Richmond, if I'm not mistaken.
It probably is, with the Truck Series and Xfinity Series being there as well. Darlington, Richmond, Bristol, then it's Vegas, Talladega, Charlotte, and then Kansas, Texas, Martinsville, leading into championship weekend at Phoenix.
By the way, what a first round of action, the first round of the playoffs. Whew.
Yep, agreed. All right, tire up, Brian.
Left side. Pull this left rear fender out, left side.
Tire up is where we go over the news of the week. Kicking things off, NASCAR President Steve Phelps discussed the 2021 schedule and other issues with media members. And in this, he said, and I put it in here in my notes, new tracks and new weekend formats are on the conversation table for 2021. So new tracks, wonder what that could be. Formats, I would assume, are these like 2-day, 1-day schedules.
I do have a problem. I didn't mind the midweek races during the time we're in, but once everything comes back to normal, you got to think a lot of people travel far distances to go to these races, to camp out there, to enjoy themselves all weekend. I don't think you can do that with a midweek race unless on like a company you work for is like, oh yeah, go on vacation. You got vacation time. I mean that is my only issue I have with it. But I think it's gonna happen.
And Ryan, I think that you have to have something that weekend so fans can be there all weekend.
Of course.
I don't know if you have ARCA or K&N there or something like that. Something to just people say that, I was here for this many days of racing and I saw this and I saw that. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're working out everything. Plus, you got to think of how much money a race weekend brings into that neck of the woods where these tracks are at.
yeah.
I mean, well,
I'm
wait,
interested
wait.
though, because like the new tracks comment really gets me, thinking. Like, I wonder what it could be, or is he talking about maybe the Daytona road course coming back again? Which, I mean, Chase Elliott won that. We didn't have a show for that one naturally, but
We're happy on that one.
I was very happy on that one.
I enjoyed the Daytona road course.
I did too, but I saw, like, you don't need to have that chicane at a 4.
No, hell no.
You should run the legit road course of that track. I think if you take out that chicane, the racing there, like going into turn 1, like that is crucial again. Next thing on the news docket, Greg Biffle said he is open to returning to the NASCAR Cup Series. Ryan, what do you think about that?
I'm okay with it. The guy can still drive a car, get behind the wheel.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
I mean, who's he going to take over?
That's just it. Like, this is one of those situations where the sport has progressed while, Greg Biffle, who was a good driver when he was in the sport, is still like, I mean, he is perfect for those occasional Kyle Busch Motorsports rides in the Truck Series or for an Xfinity race here and there. I just don't see a Cup ride opening up full time. Maybe if Ryan Newman were to retire in the 6, you'd see Biffle come back and run a couple races there. I don't know if there was a situation where, like, let's just hypothetically Harvick and Boyer were to retire in the same season, and they needed someone to fill that car quickly, and
there you go.
You had Greg Biffle there on standby in case someone came down with COVID-19. Those kind of things. I just don't see a full Cup ride ever coming for Greg Biffle. It just being real with it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But that's my take.
He's 50 years old now. You gotta think. What? William Byron's 22? Chase Elliott is how old there, AJ?
24, 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the sport's gotten so young around Biffle.
Yep.
So,
I mean, I could, if he wanted to go back to the Truck Series.
Of course, he could definitely go back to the Truck Series.
Or like you said, maybe if Ross does go into the Cup next year for Kaulig Racing, why not have Biffle come over to Kaulig Racing?
Yeah, now we're talking about in that direction. I don't see the Cup Series being there for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out in this crazy, crazy season.
Next bit of news, Willie Byron announced on Monday, following his Daytona win, that he was extended from Hendrick Motorsports through 2022.
I'm not surprised. I mean, like I've said, on previous shows, the kid's young. Let him get that first win, and I think they'll start coming now. I mean, like I said, the chemistry's now getting there between him and Chad, where they understand each other. And, like I said, there's still a couple things I wish that he would work on a little bit. The restarts, for example, are definitely there, but I'm glad he signed.
Restarts, please.
What's that?
Don't start with the whole restarts aren't his thing, please.
I know.
Like, I've had to go through years of this.
I know. I know you have. But guess what? I mean, I'm glad he did sign.
The Hendrick Staples set. Besides Jimmy Johnson's 48, for the next probably 10 years, it's going to be Chase, Byron. Bowman could be there for the next several years, maybe.
I've heard
the problem with Bowman is that car has such trouble time finding sponsorship.
And I don't understand it. I really don't.
The man's got, 2 wins on the year already? 1 win on the year already?
He got 1 win, and that was at California early in the year. And then, he's run. I mean, he's had a bad string of luck, but playoffs. He ran good at Darlington the last time they were there, right after the pandemic, when they came back. So I think he might be a contender this weekend. So I mean.
Yeah.
Why he can't get sponsored, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of extensions, Eric Almirola is returning to Stewart Haas Racing with Smithfield Foods next year. So
Kind of surprised a little bit.
that settles that. I really think, especially after listening to Door Bumper Clear this week and listening to Blake Shelton talk about Clint Boyer, it was a good podcast this week, and they were talking about the that good old R word of retirement,
Oh,
and I think it could be coming. So I think that 14 might open for a former NASCAR driver,
yeah.
not Greg Biffle.
Um, I forgot. I think I was on Twitter. It was on Hendrick, but basically, from what they've said, is they have a driver for the 48, but they want to wait till after the playoffs. Whether this driver that they've got is in the playoffs or out of the playoffs. And one driver came to mind to sign him for a 1-year deal, and that's Clint Boyer. Sign him for a 1-year deal. That way you can get Noah another year in the Xfinity series, and there you go, Noah in the 48.
I don't know, man. I think Rick Hendrick's trying to go young here and long term. That 48 is a big step to fill. To me, it's just like when Jeff Gordon retired out of the 24.
Yep. I think
It's big shoes to fill. It's not for a free agent 1 year signing. This is for someone who's going to be there a long time. And that's the nice thing about Hendrick Motorsports is anyone who's been there in the last 40 years. It's been about longevity. There is no 1 year deals there.
Yep. Yep.
It's you're there for the long haul. Casey Kane was there for several years. Brian
That's
Vickers was there for several years. Mark Martin was there for several years. All these guys who
wanted to run a part-time schedule, and that was on the Dale Jr. podcast, the Dale Jr. download, and one of the great episodes, by the way. And, but Hendrick talked him into running 3 years.
and that's just it. It's for the longevity. It's for the long haul.
Still many they took Gustafson away from him.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I have Gustafson. Some weekends I'm not. Where Brian gets my expletive-filled WTFs.
That's right. But I feel sorry. Honestly, I feel sorry for whoever goes into that ride. The 48 ride.
You felt the same way for Chase in 2017
I did, because you got to think
or 2016.
The guy that goes in this car is going to go into a car that the driver formerly drove it, won 7 titles. Are you expected to go in there and win 7 titles?
No, but you know. Last thing on my news list this week, Germain Racing is rumored to be considering a sale. There was a quote from the team, or a statement that is, at this time, anything is on the table. Germain Racing does not have a signed sponsorship contract for 2021, and Bob Germain is exploring conversations for a potential sale. This article goes on to say that Ty Dillon and Geico signed a multi-year extension in 2017, and their contract is up at the end of the season, and it has not been renewed, even though they've joined Busch, Coca-Cola, Xfinity as the premier sponsors, and it's officially the insurance provider NASCAR. Geico's been a long-time sponsor, so it'd be really weird to see them leave the sport, along with Germain Racing, who's had a RCR affiliate to them. So maybe
Very
31
interesting.
comes back. Maybe Ty goes to RCR and runs the 31.
Could possibly do that. Because they ain't getting rid of the guy that's in the 8 car, I'll tell you that much.
No, and I don't think the guy in the 3 is going anywhere either.
No comment.
Moving on to social media, Ryan.
Woo!
Social media this week, we're at 2,162 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher, 332 followers on Twitter, 80 likes on Facebook, 24 subscribers on YouTube. New follower shoutouts this week include Joe Wallace, Juan Gardia, I think I spelled that right, Ryan, who is Hawkeye Bra 420, an odd one for this show, Habs Fanatic, that's an odd one for here, and Old Race Car Lover. I say odd one because I'm a Bruins fan, and it feels weird to be followed by a Canadians fan.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with it at all. I'm just saying that kind of shocked me when I saw that.
Yeah, when I went to the Sarah and I when we went to the Wings Habs game, I had a couple of guys there all decked out in their Montreal gear, last place teams. Hey, you know any good bars around here? And I'm like, oh, there's a couple around the corner. Oh yeah, thanks, man. You all count? Oh, no, thanks, man. But yeah, good folks.
Yeah.
They won a Stanley Cup before the Leafs have.
Well, a lot of teams have, Ryan.
But have you noticed why I'm whispering?
I just got lost my train of thought because I saw that Jay Cutler was trending on Twitter, and I wanted to see for what stupid reason he was trending.
What?
And then I found out
it's not an NFL comeback. I mean,
no. Then I found out it was even more dumb than I thought it was. So we're just gonna close out of that, and we're not gonna discuss it anymore. Podcast shoutouts this week are the Lap Traffic Podcast, the PETM Racing Podcast, 3 Wide NASCAR Podcast, and the Final Lap Weekly. And some places you can find us in your search bar on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, and YouTube. We are the Loose Lugs Podcast. Make sure you follow, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you can hear, or every time we upload new content, and so you could hear Ryan ring the celebration William Byron winning bell.
Ding ding. Oh man, you said the word again. I had it.
On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast. You can tweet us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod, and on Facebook, in your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Our personal accounts, myself, is at Grey Goose F150, and Ryan?
Our Rencola 88.
Ryan, my friend, do you have a rant this week?
I do, actually.
Oh boy. What could you be ranting about this week?
You'll find out here in just a few short moments.
Go ahead, take it away, my friend.
All right, thank you, AJ. Still on Cloud 9, as you can tell. My rant this week, not about anybody in particular in the sport, about yours truly. For going on to the William Byron Nation and blasting Chad Knaus for coming in and taking 4 tires. I was angry. I was livid. I was mad. I was angry. I was like, why are you doing this again? Why are you doing this again? Guess what? I'm not a crew chief. And we all know what happened. Byron gets through one wreck, gets through the other wreck, gets that 24 back to victory lane. And yeah, hence why I'm not a crew chief. I can be that crew chief that sits at home and plays the video games, but I couldn't be on the pit box to make that decision, especially with how much was on the line at Daytona. Wrecks can happen anytime, anywhere, 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide even. I couldn't do it, but anyways, there you have it.
Not a terrible rant.
What's that?
It was quite honest.
Yeah, I'm very honest. I was, like I said, I was angry. I was mad. I'm like, why are you bringing him in? Why I'm not a crew chief?
Yeah. Boy, a lot of us are sitting here doing a talk show podcast, and
yep, I could be one
not on the pit box. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But yeah, I'm 100% ecstatic he made that call because it happened.
Well, Ryan, we got the white flag to do now.
Oh yeah,
playoff white flag.
Ooh, playoff white flag.
Tight, keep working the mirrors. In line with you, coming to the white.
All right.
Only 2.
All right, so as of the last time we picked, I lead 35-18 now.
Yep.
You got a long way to go, Ryan, but you can still do it. You're not mathematically eliminated.
I'm still on Cloud 9 from Saturday. Don't ruin it.
I go first this week in the truck series. Ryan, I'm taking Brett Moffitt.
Johnny Sauter.
Needs a win. Smart pick.
Mm-hmm.
Xfinity series, Ryan, I'm just throwing darts at a dartboard. Michael Annett. He's driving a really cool Dale Jr. car.
Yeah, I did see that. Give me Ross Chastain.
Cup series, I'm going with my driver, Chase Elliott.
Good pick. I'm going to go with the 88 of Alex Bowman.
Ryan, I'm going to take your sleeper here.
You're going to take William Byron.
I'm taking William Byron as my sleeper.
Yep. Matt DiBenedetto.
Another one who's probably going to need a win. All right. First 4 out. This is not for any sort of points. This is just our predictions here. I think the first 4 out are the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto, the 41 of Cole Custer, the 3 of Austin Dillon, and the 14 of Clint Boyer.
Minus Boyer on my end, Kurt Busch.
Boyer and Kurt Busch. Who else?
No, I know Kurt Busch, Dillon, Custer, and DiBenedetto.
So not Boyer.
Yeah.
So Busch, Dillon, Custer,
And DiBenedetto.
Matty D. So you would just change up Kurt Busch on that one.
Pretty much switch it around.
Hey, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You're trailing, so I mean.
They said this doesn't count.
Wait, it doesn't count, but I just like rubbing it in because you've kicked my ass for 2 years straight.
I know I have.
So it's kind of fun to flex some sort of muscle here.
All right, I got you.
Throwback Weekend, man. You ready?
I'm definitely ready.
First time winner. Wow.
That's right. And I tell you what, I said this when Chase got his first win. The wins are going to start to come. They're going to do it now for the 24.
Chase got 3 in his first time after his first time winning, or got 2 more after that to have 3 on the year.
If he starts winning, I'm wearing the same thing every weekend. I don't care.
Oh,
I'm
glad
that
I'm in a
super
different state.
What's that?
I said I'm glad I'm in a different state.
No, I still watch it. Come on now.
Ryan, hit him with it.
Guys, been a great show. Putting on the hat now. We're signing off. See you at the track when it's time.
Hey, it's Throwback Weekend, so make sure you all have fun this weekend with it. Enjoy a safe Labor Day weekend.
Yes, happy Labor Day, buddy.
Well deserved for everybody out there. Special thanks to Tony and Patrick in the chat coming out talking about the show with us. Thanks to everyone who tuned in and downloaded this podcast, whether it be tonight or at a later point. We appreciate all of you. Thanks for all the support. We'll see you when we see you. We're out. Have fun.